welcome to week 11 of our at-home karate class. Please remember that classes will start to be released on Fridays now for our YouTube class, which is this class. And these online YouTube classes will follow along with the same material that we go over in these Zoom classes for the upcoming week. I encourage all of our students to use the YouTube class, this class, to go over the information, practice, and make sure that if you have any questions, you'll be able to ask them at the Zoom classes. One of the new Zoom classes is called a Connections class, and in that class, white, green, and red belts are encouraged to attend, even if it's just to ask a question, to say hello to a fellow student, and actually talk a little bit more than what we would do in our usual class. Students who attend our Connections class do not have to have room to participate for any moves. Although sometimes the class may do some moves together, students who don't have room at home will not be expected to try to do moves in a space that doesn't work for them. But the main point of the new Connections class is just to have a time where we can sit together, talk, ask questions, and then if we had time left over, we might do a few exercises. So I encourage all students to at least attend our Connections class, even if you don't feel that you have enough room to practice at home in a place where you can use the Zoom. As always, I welcome any questions, comments, or feedback, and you can reach me on our cell phone, by calling or texting, by emailing me, or by messaging me on Facebook. Kamsahamnida. Let's all bow in together. Chariot, Kuki, Bare, Bara, standing, Munyan, Bara, Chariot, Kinra, Anyan Hapshupnika. Let's warm up together, but remember, if at the end of warm-ups you feel that there's another warm-up that you'd like to do and we didn't do today, please make sure that you pause the video and do that warm-up on your own before continuing with the playlist. Shake out your hands, your fingers, and your wrists. Elbows forward and back. Remember, we keep our elbows close to our body so that we can hear our dobak rubbing. And this mimics the arm position we want when we do our middle tensions. Arms straight, circles back. Hana, do, set, na, das, yes, uga, yodu, aho, yo, forward, hana, do, set, na, das, yes, uga, yodu, aho, yo, crossing, hana, do, set, na, das, yes, uga, yodu, aho, yo. Hands on the hips. Let's do waist rotations. First, pick a direction and make a circle. Switch directions. And barrel. Now we'll do our twisting exercise. Let's keep our arms in front of us and have them move with us as we go. Twisting this way first on the count. Hana, do, set, ne, das it, yas it, uga, yodu, aho, yo, bara. let's warm up our legs. Knees up, feet up. Now across our body, this is similar to a side kick. Good, now kicking back so that our foot reaches toward our back in order to stretch the front part of our leg. And if that doesn't stretch particularly well for you, remember you can always hold. It's a balance challenge, and it also helps you to stretch that part of your leg a little bit more. So you hold, you can try to pull the foot out a bit, you can try to pull it up towards your back more. Barra. Feet together and slide down, reaching toward your ankles, your feet, your toes, or the floor, whatever's comfortable while still giving you a bit of a stretch. Now let's heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. Not too far. And walk your hands back so you're nice and balanced. Reach for your left foot. Reach for your right foot. Reach down. And now reach through behind you. And you should feel this stretch in both legs. Good. Hands in front. We'll heel toe in just a little bit so that our arms and our knees are about equal. Might have to adjust your feet a little bit to get this just right. We're trying to make our bottom go toward the floor, and we're stretching out our legs. Bending back forward, heel toe all the way in. Come up halfway, and we'll bend our knees. Hana, do, sat, net, da, sit, ya, sit, ilga, yoru, aho, yo. Knee rotations. And switch directions. Good, one more time, slide down, get a good stretch. Try to relax into it. And then come up slowly with your head last. And shake it all out. All right. Today we will review our highest wrist grips. If you attended class last week, you will have gone over your wrist grips and you will know which one you should be practicing as your highest. And I'd like you to continue to practice your highest wrist grips with me today. If after doing your highest wrist grip with me, you want to practice some of your lower wrist grips, of course that's completely fine. Remember that all of our wrist grips that have been previously reviewed are available on our YouTube videos. So there is a YouTube video for cross wrist grips 1 through 4, a video for same side wrist grips 1 through 4, a video for 2-on-1 wrist grips 1 through 3, and a video for 2-on-2 wrist grips 1 through 4. Obviously, you will only practice the numbers that you've been taught in class, and this varies by your age and your rank. So for example, our children's students usually learn numbers 1 and 2, while our adult students and dons will have learned 1, 2, 3, and 4 of each group. My advice is, if you're having any trouble following our review today, that you go back and you review the longer video that has more detail about the wrist grips that you need to practice. If you have a question about which wrist grips you should be practicing, just let me know and I'll remind you. Our green belts have been practicing same side wrist grip number 1 for their previous test, And we'll be learning same side wrist grip number 2 as you progress with your training. So today we will review both techniques, which you should have done in your Zoom class last week. Once you've finished practicing your same side techniques, remember you're always free to review your previously learned techniques, which were your cross wrist grips. Just because we're working on our highest level wrist grip doesn't mean that you should forget your lower level wrist grips. So once you feel like you know your newest one well enough that you won't forget it, then you should always go back and practice some of your previous techniques so you don't forget those either. Same side wrist grip number 1. In our same side wrist grips, it refers to our partner reaching out with their right hand and grabbing onto our left hand. So this is the side we will be moving, and I will be moving in a mirror image to you. So when I move this hand, you're also moving this hand, which is your left hand. Your partner has grabbed your hand for same side number 1. So you open, you settle down, and this is a side stance, nice and stable. If that doesn't break the grip, you slide your hand in towards yourself, and that should bring your wrist out of their grip through the weakest point. A back fist to the face, make sure we're trying to go elbow to elbow, and then a kwando to the groin with the same hand. Elbow to elbow. I've stretched my arm out and I've let my weight sink to the back. My hand that's behind me will now do a Yaksudo with the key up. And Baro. Remember, a Yaksudo is this L-shaped part of your hand, but with your thumb tucked in so that it doesn't get hurt. So it comes from the hip, it makes this kind of circular motion and hits the target in front of you. All right, same side number 1, again, a little bit quicker. Your partner has grabbed you. Open, sink. Get out of the grip if you haven't already. Back fist high, kwando low, Yaksudo with a kya. Kya! Baro. I'll do it one more time with all the moves connected. Partner grabs and sijak. Kya! Baro. Now it's your turn to practice this technique 5 times with me grabbing you. So I will grab to your left side and you'll do the moves just like I demonstrated. Your partner grabs and sijak. Baro. Your partner grabs, do. Baro. Your partner grabs, set. Baro. Your partner grabs, net. Baro. Your partner grabs, dasen. Baro. I hope you remembered to key up on your Yaksudo every time. Now I'd like you to practice 5 more times on your own, either by rewinding the video and practicing with me grabbing you again, or by pausing the video and practicing on your own. Remember, if you have any questions about this technique, you should ask in your next Zoom class, because this is the technique that you learned previously in order to test at your most recent test. Same side number 2 is a newer technique for our green belts. Your partner grabs the same way as number 1, so it's your left hand, this side, that's going to act. But for same side number 2, our first move is actually 3 moves all at the same time. So our hand that was grabbed comes up and pushes against our partner's hand that's grabbing us, and then grabs right a hold of it to hold our balance. You can see that as that hand moves, I'm also stepping. And guess what? This hand also has a job to do. So I've been grabbed, I bring my hand up, I'm going to push straight out, I'm going to step, and this hand is going to do a pseudo strike to the person's neck. So all together, our first move looks like this. Hana. If I've pushed and I've stepped far enough, the person will be off balance. And even though I didn't actually hit them in the neck, if I did hit them in the neck, they'd be even more likely to be falling over, right? So what we do next is after we've made our strike, we grab behind their neck, hi, and we pull them into a knee strike. You have to hold your balance here, and bar up. So of course, like all of our techniques, we don't actually hit our partner in the neck, and we don't actually knee them in the stomach, but we do want to know how these techniques would work together. So when you imagine it without a partner, you imagine that you've pushed them off balance, you've hit them, so now they are trying to kind of fall forward. So you grab them and you use that momentum to pull them into a knee kick. Bar up. So I suggest when you're learning this technique to make sure you know what each hand and foot are doing. So on the side that gets grabbed, that hand, all it does is pull up and push against your partner's wrist, and then it'll grab on because it'll help you hold your balance when you step. Your foot just steps at an angle though. If you step too far to the side, you won't be close enough to your partner to do the next technique, and it won't work as well. So we have to step at an angle. We push their arm and grab it. And as we did that, we're doing a pseudo strike. A pseudo strike is that outside edge of your hand below your pinky finger. And if you practice, you can feel that by making your hand nice and tight, that can be quite a strong technique. So let's just practice putting those 3 moves together 5 times. We've been grabbed, we open, lift, push, step, and pseudo strike. And bar up. We've been grabbed. We open, lift, push, step, and pseudo strike. Bar out. We've been grabbed. We open, lift, push, step, and pseudo strike. Bar out. Again, open, lift, push, step, and pseudo strike. Bar out. One more time with just the first move, which is really 3 moves at the same time. Up, up, push, strike. Bar. Once we've gotten pretty good at that first set of moves, our partner will be off balance and in a good position, so the knee strike will make a little more sense. If our partner is standing straight up, we're not going to try to do a knee strike because we don't really have a target. Our knee has to come up from the floor, right? So our target has to be kind of bent over so that we have something to strike coming up from the floor. So we push, step, and strike. We reach our striking hand behind the neck. Now we have a grip on their arm, so we're not going to lose our balance. And we're going to pull them in toward our knee strike. We don't actually knee our partner, but we key up there and bar up. So we'll put all the moves together 3 times, nice and slow. You've been grabbed. You push, step, and pseudo strike. Hana. Reach behind the neck, knee strike with the kia. Doop, kia, and baro. You've been grabbed on your left hand. You open, step, push, and pseudo strike. Hana. Grab, grab, knee strike with the kia. Doop, hey, and baro. And one more time together. After you've been grabbed, you open, lift, push, step, and pseudo. Hold, grab, knee strike with the kia. Doop, hey, and baro. If this is new to you, and it might be a little bit of a challenge to practice on your own, that's okay. Remember, we'll go over it in our Zoom classes together. You can always ask me a question and I'll do my best to answer it. Chariot, Kinrat, Subak. Today we will be practicing some kicking, and I will demonstrate the kicks with a step. But as always, if you do not have room to practice your kicks with a step safely, then most kicks can be done from the back leg. And if you have any questions about what that would look like, please let me know and I'll do my best to demonstrate for you. But if you have watched previous home karate classes on YouTube, then you've probably seen some of the kicking in place exercises that we've done before. We'll do each kick 10 times on both legs. Let's start with a polorigi front stretch kick. Put your left foot back for kicking, bal chagi chunbi. Hop. In class, we typically kick toward the flags, and that's fine if you have the room to do so. You can continue to kick in this position. I'm going to turn to the side, however, so that you can see my kicking leg position a little bit more clearly. A polorigi front stretch kick. Hana. Do. Set. Net. Das it. Yes it. Ilga. Yodu. Aho. Hiap yo. Hi. Hop across, switch feet. Hop. Hana. Do. Set. Net. Das it. Yes it. Ilga. Yodu. Aho. Hiap yo. Hop. Papakwa. Hop. Now we will do our stepping side kick. Yup Poto Chagi. We'll start with our left foot back, and we'll shift to a side stance position. So to show you the kick from a better angle, I will be going in this direction. For our side kick, Yup Poto Chagi, we step behind. Our knee and our foot come up, but they stay very much in front of us. In fact, we can think about them still pointing across our body, not pointing in the direction we're going, but back. And our foot is up and ready so that we can push and land with your balance. The part of the foot that is hitting the target is called the blade of your foot. It's not the heel, but it's the part kind of next to the heel along the side of your foot. And you can imagine hitting the bag and hearing that good strong sound when you make good contact. So let's start. 10 in a row. Adjust your feet as needed. Step behind, side kick. Yup, Poto Chagi. Hana. Do. switch feet. So my right foot back, I would shift into a side stance. And in order for you to be able to see the kick, again, I'm going to start from the other side of the room. But don't let that confuse you. As long as you're kicking with the other foot, you're doing fine. Step behind, side kick. Hana. Do. Set. Net. That's it. Yes it. Build up. Yodel. Aho. Kyap yo. Kyap. Borrow. Our next kick will be WRK, hook kick. We'll do our WRK the same as we usually do our side kick with a step behind. Remember that the hook kick technique has a couple of key features that are different from other kicks that you've done. First of all, it comes up across the body, similar to an inside to outside kick, but instead of going up and down, the goal is to get this kick to go straight across, as if you had two different targets, boom, boom, that you could hit in a straight line. You keep your legs straight, but the knee will bend on its own after your leg goes past the center of your body. But you shouldn't worry about when to bend your knee, because actually your knee will bend on its own, so you should just think about keeping your legs straight. And of course, we always want our kicks to be above the belt, but if we're practicing this kick and it's kind of new for us, a lower kick is fine as long as you're getting the practice in and working toward eventually making that kick above belt level. Let's start with your left foot back, side stance. In order for you to see me better, I'm going to move and do my kicks facing this way, but you can continue to do your kicks in any direction that works for the space that you're in. Step behind, WRK, hook kick. Hana. Do. Set. Net. That's it. Yes it. Build up. Yodel. Aha. Kyap yo. Hey. Borrow. Switching feet. Put your right foot back for kicking. You'll shift into a side stance. And in order for you to see me, I will again move so that I'm completing my kicks in this direction. Hana. Do. Set. Net. That's it. Yes it. Build up. Yodel. Aho. Kyap yo. Hey. Borrow. Our next kick will be WRKarateStudio, an inside to outside kick. In class, we often do this kick in place, meaning we put our foot back we do the kick, and we put our foot right back where we started. Today, however, I'd like you to do this kick with a step. So just like your roundhouse kick, you'll step in front and complete this kick inside to outside kick. With your left foot back for kicking, we shift into our side stance. Remember, you can continue to do your steps and kicks moving toward the screen, but I'm going to turn so that you can see a little bit better what I'm doing. So with my left foot back, I'll step with my left, kick with my right, and I'll land in front, ready for the next kick. Remember to adjust your feet whenever you need to give yourself room to kick. And if you really don't have the room to step and kick, of course you can practice this kick kicking in place. Hana. Do. Set. Net. That's it. Yes it. Go. Yodu. Aho. Kia yo. Kia. Bara. Now we'll switch feet. In this case, I would move my right foot back and turn into a side position. And to do that so that you can see me kick, I'm going to start from the other side of the floor. As long as your other leg is kicking, your position is fine. Hana. Do. Set. Net. That's it. Yes it. It'll go. Yodu. Aho. Hyap yo. Hyap. Far up. Now we will practice WRK, back kick. Left foot back for kicking. To start our WRK, we would shift into a side stance position. We would look toward our back leg, keep looking till we can see our target, which is now behind us. Kick. And many times we have you go back where you started. But today we're going to control the kick, land, and then our next kick will be on the other foot. So we'll look, keep looking, kick, and land in front. In this way, we will be alternating feet the same as we would if we did this kick going down the floor in the studio. In order for you to see my leg positions more clearly, I will complete the repetitions going in this direction, while you can continue to do your kicks in any direction that works for the space that you're in. So, with your left foot back, side stance, and now. Control it, and down. Do, other leg, down. Set, down, net, and down. And any time in the count, adjust your position. That's it. Yes it. Build up. We'll continue from here with 10 more kicks. Hana. Do. Set. Net. Das it. Yes it. We'll go. You do. Aho. Kia yo. Kia. Yambaro. Now let's practice our short distance back spinning kick. Dwi anaso pakaro chagi. We set up similar to how we do a back kick, with our left foot back in a side stance. Remember, just like with a back kick, your target is in front of you. So as you're turning, you want your leg to move up and down right in front, and then it will swing back behind you like this. So the way I think of this kick's rhythm is as a look, up, down, 3-step sequence. So look, up, down, and your target is in front of you, and your kick lands in the same place that it started. I'll do this kick from the side position. So we're starting left foot back. Whatever direction you're facing is fine. I'm going to face this way, so my target is right in front of me. When we're doing this kick, it's easy to get dizzy. It's also easy to find ourselves drifting either backwards or to the side. And so all of those things are things we can work on by practicing the kick. So if you get dizzy quickly with these kicks, that may be a sign that you could work on your eye focus. So when you turn and look, make sure your eyes are focusing on a particular spot and keeping your eyes on that same spot as your leg comes around and does the kick should help with dizziness. So to make sure we don't get too dizzy, we'll do 5 on each side and then do 5 on each side again so that we're going back and forth between our legs. And also, if we find ourselves kind of moving around in the space, just make sure that you adjust to be back in the spot that you know will work for this kick. So we never want you to be in danger of kicking something or someone. Make sure you have enough space to practice this kick if you're inside. Hana. Do. Set. Net. Kia dase. Hey. Papa qua, switch feet. Hana. Do. Set. Net. Kia dase. Hey. Papa qua, switch feet. Hana. Do. Set. Net. Das it. Hey. Papa qua, hop. Hana. Do. Set. Net. Kia das. Hey. Borrow. At this time, you can feel free to pause the video and practice any additional kicks that you would like to work on today. If you have any questions about a specific technique, please let me know and I'll do my best to answer your question either during the Zoom classes this week or in our next video class. Chariot, Kinra, Subak, together. Face the flags. Chariot, Cookie, Barre. Baro, Moonyoung. Baro, Chariot, Kinra. Konsahamnida.